All right, we're gonna have to look into Bubba Wallace and LeBron James and all that contrived bullshit. But anyways, what we're going to address right now is why. One of the main reasons the situation that we're in is why we're in. It's because we are at a point now to where the majority actually grew up poor. And what they have done is they've made it. And what I mean by that is they've made it in a man-made system, which is greed, vanity, and all that other stuff. And in the process of making money, you don't even have to make that much money. What it is with all this vanity and the money that people have made, what they do is they don't want their children or whoever else, they don't want them growing up and struggling like they did. So what happens? They get spoiled. They get spoiled. They don't have to work for anything. They don't have to earn it. They don't know what that emotion is that the elders have that once had to actually work hard in order to earn something, whether it's a paycheck, doing hard work, learning how to do different skills, or whether it's, whatever. But when the majority of the nation is spoiled, rotten, and there's 20 million different things to get into, as opposed to earlier in life, technology was not like it is now. You didn't have a whole lot to do, so you had to concentrate more on work, more on getting out of the situation that you're in. So now what's happening is everybody's trying to figure out how to keep all the shit to keep them in the situation that they're in. Because if an individual goes through a life, half their life, and never applies theirself, never learns anything, the learning stopped basically when they graduated, or if they graduated. Now all their education is just technology and games and screwing off and porn and just stupid shit. Stupid. So you actually believe that the elders, once they go, whatever they have and leave behind, do you actually think that the children or whoever gets it is going to be able to take care of it, even though that they have never, ever been structured and disciplined in their life in order to keep that, not only keep it, but to make it grow, keep the property, and pass it down to the next bloodline that's in the family. Black, white, brown, whatever. See, that's what they want. What they want is what they have right now. They created all this spoiledness. They created it because they know that the majority right now, whatever they have never, ever been driven to the point to know how to keep something without losing it. Because when it all comes down to it, what does normally people do that inherit stuff? They just sell it. Well, what's the mission behind the bankers and all of them ruling this country and everything else? It's to abolish private property. So if you have an individual that hasn't worked hard or ever, now they're addicted to pills or go to the pharmacy all the time, overweight, addicted to porn, addicted to spending money, it's shopping and all that. See, that's the bankers, which own all the companies, created that shit within the younger generations now. And all you got to do is just look at society. The society is slothy. It's slothy. How can you be on point, thinking, getting everything together, keeping it in the family when you have a slothy attitude and approach to everything because you've never, ever been made to approach something with an open mind, not already mind made up going into it. I ain't taking that. It's because it's a spoiled mentality, Even in the schools, I talk to a lot of the teachers. They'll tell you too. They'll tell you. Because we're at a point now to where not just early 20s, but late 20s, early 30s, even late 30s. I didn't grow up till I was 37. And what we have is a major very low IQ, very uneducated, not just society, but world, because they've gave us all this technology. Here, just screw off. You know, why would you say that as a parent or a grandparent? Why would you say, well, I don't want them to struggle like I did? But even though, what if, see, if you claim Christianity, you're supposed to struggle. That's life. The more you struggle here, the bigger the prize is over there. So what do you get out there? Some of y'all, you've lost loved ones, giving them everything. And you have. And instead of looking at why you lost that individual, because what you say is this, well, they just couldn't handle it, or this or this. It should have never been out there in the first place, whatever they OD'd on. You know, whatever. And it's the truth too. And instead of looking at them as the reason why they're gone, that's not why. It's because of the bankers and Mother Circe and all this other heavy zodiac astrology worshiping shit. You know, so when we have a nation that has pretty much the lowest IQ probably out of all the nations around the world, this is exactly what we get. You know, when you dumb down people so much that they're willing to sell whatever it is just to keep doing whatever it is that they've been doing their whole life, then this is what we're going to get. I hope that made some kind of sense to some of you, because it's not going to get better. Those of you out there that's not taking none of this serious, you're going to lose everything. You had a chance and you had a choice. Those of you that's laughed at me, that's your choice. You know, you will not be laughing. You can't out in public and let people see you laughing to where y'all can laugh together, but at night you're really going, fuck, I hope he's not right. I don't worry like that. That's called having a consciousness. Subconscious, sitting there worrying about what if, what if, what if. You better start looking instead of saying what if. But if some of y'all that actually still have a mind that hasn't been kidnapped by all this bullshit, look back through history. Look back through history at all the gadgets too. Everything created and designed to put out in front of us instead of being able to look up. There's millions of gadgets. All this technology, they've got all the fucking TVs and shit in the schools. You know, the gadgets, knowing that having that shit at such an early age in front of us, our eyes, that shit, we're supposed to be looking and adjusting at long distance stuff. But now what it's doing is, you can see in society, the younger ones are, you know, they've got AI eyes because they've all looked at the damn thing forever. And so when you throw some shit like this at them, of course they're going to bow down, because they've been spoiled their whole life. They've had all the gadgets, they've had this, they've had that, they've never had to do anything, so they're going to comply. So the majority will push me out. Those that I just blasted, that I was once part of, but I had to be pulled out of it. You know, so anyways, that's how it is. Love you. Let's get it today. You might not have tomorrow. Later.